Hi, this is Rob Kramarz, President and Founder of Intelliversity, and we're here today with a very interesting company. Well, they're all interesting, but this is a particularly interesting company by the name of Stroma Medical Corporation. And I have to my left Doug Daniels, the CEO, and Gregg, the Chairman and Chief Scientific Officer of Stroma Medical. I got those names correctly pronounced, right? Gregg, Doug Daniels. And I assume you're both stockholders and partners in this business.
That's correct.
Right, that's why you're here. What I want to remind you in the audience is if this is a training video for entrepreneurs and investors, we're not trying to sell you any securities. It's not an offer to sell you anything. We're not soliciting your purchase of securities. We're attempting to learn something about the process of fundraising, and in doing that, also the process of leading a successful entrepreneurial company. This company is already somewhat successful. They wouldn't be here if they weren't, and they got a great deal in front of them. And what I'd like to, before we go into what we have to learn from their process of raising funds, I'd like to just have you each tell our audience what Stroma Medical Corporation does. Take about 30 seconds and give us a elevator pitch. I think it's not going to be hard, but from your perspective, what does Stroma Medical Corporation do that's interesting? And then you'll have a chance, Greg. Or go ahead first.
All right.
Pardon me.
Doug.
Pardon me. Doug and Greg.
Stroma Medical is a late-stage development company that has developed a technology and a process for changing the color of people's eyes. And we do so with a laser-based system that actually allows us to map and track the eye, and then using a proprietary system, a proprietary laser system, we're able to actually, within a 30-second period, change the color of people's eyes.
You change the color of people's eyes.
Right.
So if your eyes are brown, you change them to blue.
That's correct. So either hazel or brown, we can change them. And basically, it's an eye lightening process. And Gregg can take you through some of the highlights on that.
All right, Gregg?
Okay. Yeah, it's a short procedure. As Doug said, about 30 seconds per eye is the treatment. And the patient comes in, sits down. One eye is covered. They focus on a small animation. They watch it for 20 to 30 seconds, and then the procedure is completed. And we treat the other eye for about the first week, and then they get up and leave. They don't need any special glasses or anything. They can go back to work. They can drive a car. And then for about the first week after the treatment, the eyes get darker. And then after that, they begin lightening a little bit every day. 2 to 4 weeks after the treatment, they're fully light, and the change is permanent.
Permanently changed from dark to light colored eyes.
It's true.
Right. Now, well, intuitively we might know, but why is there a market? Why will people pay to change the color of their eyes permanently from dark to light?
That's a real good question. I think, it's when you look at eye color is really and your eyes are really the way that you connect to other people. We're taught when we're very young to basically look at people in the eye when you're talking to them. And it's really the way that we connect with people. So if you took a look at pictures of very famous celebrities who have light eyes, take Cameron Diaz or Daniel Craig, really what makes them very, very interesting is the color of their eyes. And that's the way that really they respond to their audience, and that's what connects them to the audience.
Okay, so there's no question that old blue eyes.
Right, Frank Sinatra,
right,
sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And very bright blue eyes can make a person very attractive on camera. But why would there must be more to this than the celebrities. So why would the average person pay, how much will the average person pay to actually change the color of their eyes?
Want to take that?
Well, we don't set the price because the procedure will be performed by licensed physicians in each market.
I see. So you don't provide the service.
We provide the laser, the training.
I see.
And it's a per-click model, so we receive a royalty each time the machine is used. But it's administered by primarily ophthalmologists, and it may be exclusively ophthalmologists in each market around the world.
Okay.
So they'll be setting the price. But from our own market analysis, it appears that the pricing probably will be about $5,000 for both eyes per patient. And yeah, in terms of the reason why people do it, I guess to us it shouldn't really matter why. The fact is that we know from colored contact lens sales that 80% of colored contacts are blue or green, meaning they're people changing from dark to light. 20% are from light to dark, brown contact lenses. So with a statistic like that, and colored contacts are already a huge market, so with a statistic like that, you know there's a market for it. Are blue eyes prettier than brown eyes? Is there some deep psychological reason? Don't know, don't really care. We're certainly not here to say that that light eyes are prettier or better in some way, but the people who have approached us have had a very definite story, and it's been pretty consistent. In almost every case, it's someone who they remember from childhood having a sibling or a parent or a good friend who had light eyes, and always hearing in their presence people telling them how beautiful their eyes were. And they were sitting there with these dark eyes. And this story is repeated over and over and over again. And that seems to be what sits behind this really crazy passion people have for lighter eyes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, so describe your experience in getting funding so far for this really interesting company.
Sure. We had, this is my third entrepreneurial opportunity. And so I've been through the battles a few times now. And what we were able to do, I think, was establish what's necessary to raise the money, which is a solid business plan, a great executive summary, a good solid pitch, if you will, that got us in front of a lot of people very, very quickly and got the message across. Big market, large opportunity, a sustainable competitive advantage with some strong intellectual property, a great opportunity for exits. It's you know, all the key elements that you really need to say this is a real business and a real opportunity that's going to make you some money.
Okay, so you had all the ingredients together. How long have you had all the ingredients together?
I'd say probably since the end of July. You know, now we have some clinical pictures that I think are you know, really the telltale sign that the technology is working and working well. So now that we've had the pictures together, it's a matter of, you know, how do we get it to the angel investors or the venture community that will really take a look at it and invest in it.
So what's been your experience so far with the angel community?
Well, first of all, we did form the company in April of '09, and we had a successful Series A round.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
I see.
I had seeded the company before then, about $250,000 to do some early clinical studies, because we knew that there were basically three things we needed to do to remove the risk. One was...
Hold on, we don't have time for that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So we had that round already.
Right.
And then that took us for a couple of years where we had an opportunity to test a lot, get a lot of animal data, get a lot of human data, and then we went into this round. The tricky part of this round is that the amount of it is less than VCs and more than angels.
So now this is Stroma Medical Corporation and Intelliversity, and we're going to take a deeper dive in the next segment as to really what their experience with investors so far has been, and what's been working and what's not working, so that you can do better. Talk to you soon.